Mattie Mondays, where we do music in different ways. I guess friends ain't be dropping gems. Always keep it genuine. Knowledge, power, and some funny. Every week, every Monday. Pure, real, and honest. Tap in, leave a comment. You're tuning in to Mattie Mondays. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Mattie B, and we are back around another 7 days for another episode of Mattie Mondays, where we do music in different ways. Tonight, we are going no face, no case, but class is in session tonight. Tonight, we are going to dive into some questions that will help us all reflect and assess our last 6 months, our past 6 months, the first 6 months of 2025. As the third quarter begins to load, we are sitting right at June 30th, going into the third quarter of the year and the last 6 months. So we're going to get into some really dope questions that you guys can screenshot and walk away with to help you just kind of think through some things that you desire, some goals you set, what you met, and some things that you fell short on. But before we get into it, I'm going to jump into these comments really quick and say what's up. We got Natalia in the building. What's going on, Natalia? Happy to see your name. Happy Monday, she says, and she hopes everyone is well. You already know we got Chevy in the building. He says, greetings, Mattie Mondays members. We got Twin in the building saying, hey, Mattie Monday members with the Black Power fist 3 times. We got Musician Taylor's in the building saying, greetings, Triple M community. We got Taylor Talks in the building saying, hey, everyone. We got Mama Mattie in the building saying, hi, family, with love and hugs. And we got C Styles Crystal in the building saying, hello, family. Once again, tonight we are going, class is in session style, no face, no case. And you can shout out to Fight Camp Stein for an amazing workout this morning, where I had to, switch from yesterday to today. So I have been fighting for my life since this morning to make it through my workload and to stay awake. But I am fading, but I am super excited for this conversation, guys. And hopefully you walk away with a lot of things to think about in the most encouraging and uplifting way. But before we get into the conversation, I'm going to give you a second to get in motion. So we're going to start tonight off with another record that we got to listen to, an unreleased record that we got to listen to last week during our vibe session called Move. So we're going to jumpstart the episode with that. So you know what to do. If you are in a position to move your body, get into it. And I will be back in roughly 2 minutes.
Move. Trust the rhythm, trust the groove. Move. Trust the rhythm, trust the groove. Move. No concerns about nothing. Tonight we just loving. Yeah, tonight we just living. Yeah, tonight we getting lifted, right? Tomorrow, and I promise that's all, don't waste the time. Stop holding back, kept it in, let it show outside. Like nobody's watching. Baby, it's up, should be catching the vibe. Move. Trust the rhythm, trust the groove. Move. Trust the rhythm, trust the groove. Open hearts, open arms. Problemelos. Let it get close. Let the rhythm expose you. Do all the things that you want to. Do what you want to. Yeah, right. Tomorrow, and I promise that's all. Don't waste the time. Stop holding back, kept it in, let it show outside. Like nobody's watching. Baby, it's up, should be catching the vibe. Move. Touch up the rhythm, touch up the groove. Move. Touch up the rhythm, touch up the groove. Move. Touch up the rhythm, touch up the groove. Move. Touch up the rhythm, touch up the groove.
All right. That was Move, produced by Lennon Elixir, an unreleased track that we created for television and film. It's about one of my favorites that we got in the tuck. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that vibration. And we're gonna get into it here shortly. The conversation for tonight. Thank you, Tony, for them fire flames. But just going back through some of the things that we have experienced this past year, past 6 months of the year, first half of the year, some areas where we may have fallen short. And just the goal of tonight is just to get our minds, our wheels turning, to position us in an intentional space of our approach on these next 6 months. And of course, as I speak to you guys, I am absolutely always speaking to myself. So it is reflective. What goes out is definitely coming back in. All right. So before we get into it, I want to special shout out um, DJ Century. Yesterday, I was able to pop in on him at Scentfest in Griffin, Georgia. Super dope, second annual. Shout out to Brenda in the building. What's up, girl? But we had a great time. DJ Century is a young man in his 20s, owns his own studio, has produced for some of your favorite producers and for some of your favorite artists. Um, has several different platforms he puts on. He does photography and videography, and he has his own music fest. Really, really great gentleman, humble guy, great vibes, a great dude. Definitely through the Cato Connect. Shout out to Cato. Definitely pulled up on him, met him down there. That is his hometown. King Elway with a really dope performance, a part of the Cream team. Just a great, great group of gentlemen. But shout out DJ Century. Happy birthday to him as well. His birthday was yesterday. Really, really good time. Really great kid. Also, if you have not ran into them, um, I have been inspired here recently to go ahead and start back talking to the camera. Not that I don't do it every Monday here on Mattie Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but just getting back into the groove of just sharing my thoughts in real time, um, straight to the screen. None of that prepping outside of the cover art. But the series for me is just stay light, and it's just reminders for us to remain positive and optimistic. And of course, I'm sprinkling some accountability in there, and just some things to provoke thought and to inspire immediate action. So, stay light is there. You'll see it throughout the social media platforms. But just me talking to the camera and just sharing some quick thoughts. So there is that. All right. So once again, if you have just joined us tonight, we're about to have a brief conversation through question form um, about how these past 6 months of the year have went for us in three different areas of our worlds. And that's going to be work, relationships, and health, the main three. Um, and what are some things that we can adjust, some things that maybe we missed, and yeah, set ourselves up for a better 6 months, a healthier 6 months, a more joyful and productive 6 months. So we're going to get into it. Once again, thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. And if these are resonating with you, definitely take a screenshot. If you prefer the actual files, just text me and I'll send them over to you. So let's get into the first one. We're going to start with work. And this encompasses our career, our goals, and balance. And there are going to be 7 questions for each. And I'm just going to run through them. I'm not going to do too much reflecting here personally. But it's here for us to just to start the thought. If you have any ideas, any thoughts, any comments, any inspiration or encouragement, or just some reflection, you can definitely drop it in the comment section, and we can all lay eyes on it. But the first question inside of the work category is, what's one professional risk I took or wish I had? Um, Yeah, so I already naturally I'm like thinking and about to give you guys an answer, but I'm just gonna run through the questions. I might pick one or two that I respond to personally, but let's get our minds jogging. But first up again is, what's one professional risk I took or wish I had? Number two, what were my biggest work accomplishments or proudest moments? Number three, did I stay aligned with my professional values and long-term goals? Number four, what skills or knowledge have I developed or improved? Number five, when did I feel most fulfilled at work or most frustrated and most frustrated? Number six, have I maintained a healthy work-life balance or did one side dominate? And number seven, what feedback did I receive and how did I respond to it? Um, yes, happy birthday, DJ Century. Um, I would say two that popped out to me on here. What skills or knowledge have I developed or improved? Absolutely, inside of the marketing and social media world that I work in, I've learned some new platforms. So that's really been dope. Shout out to Ashley Samuels of Crash Creative for her mentorship. And just I learned a lot. Have learned a lot over the last decade and a half from her, but a lot this last several weeks, and just new platforms and just growing my resume and ability. So that was a really cool one. And did I stay aligned with my professional values and long-term goals? I would say with my values for sure, and my long-term goals for sure. But specifically the short-term goals, I still need to spend more time. Short-term goals that will lead to accomplishing my long-term goals, I feel like I need to spend more time getting specific and pinning down like targets, specific targets. I've done a great job of like stacking up the creative piece, the product that comes with the music end of my work life. But once you take the product, then the 80% of it is sales, right? And so to speak. And it's pretty much what I have to do once I get my product is sell it. So that part I think has not been strong how it needs to be, where it really represents 80% of what matters most in the work life, and which is going to be directly tailored to my success or shortcomings. So definitely got to give more focus to the sales portion of my targets, reaching them, and getting in more rooms and having more conversations that I want to have and that matter to my goals. All right, so next up, and once again, guys, you can take a moment to screenshot these. Hopefully, these questions are getting your wheels turning, and taking you back to some moments in time to where you felt good about this year, and then some moments in times where you feel like you could have done better and where you can do better. Because once again, the third quarter is loading and we have time to adjust, make abbreviations, and reapproach everything. All right, so the second arena, relationships, personal, family, and social. This one was really cool. I like these questions that I was able to find. So first up, which relationships have grown stronger and which ones have felt distant? Number two, have I shown up authentically and vulnerably in my connections? Number three, did I actively listen and support others, or did I get caught up in my own world? Number four, what boundaries did I set and were they respected? Number five, who made a meaningful impact on me recently and have I expressed my appreciation? So that's who's made a positive and meaningful impact on me recently and have I expressed my appreciation? And I guess actually that doesn't have to be positive. Meaningful is meaningful. Number six, is there anyone I need to reconnect with or offer forgiveness to, including myself? That one definitely stuck out to me. Um, I've definitely offered some forgiveness, not directly, but in prayer, and in spirit for sure. And I definitely have been battling with offering myself grace and forgiveness in some areas for sure. But this one stuck out to me, absolutely. And number 7, how have my relationships contributed to my personal growth? And number 7 for me, it's directly. You guys know, because we have our own personal relationships and conversations. You hold me up. You wake me up in moments. You hold me accountable, and even when we aren't in conversation, the decisions that I make are tied to how you guys see me, how I see myself, and how I want you guys to see me, and how I feel like I need to show up for my community. So absolutely, my relationships have contributed to my personal growth in the best ways, and exponentially. Thank you so much, musician Taylors. These are some great questions. I would agree. All right, in the final arena, and if you need, take a moment to take a screenshot. But our final arena is going to be health, physical, mental, emotional. So 7 questions that are helpful in reflecting on the past 6 months. And once again, we have 6 more months in a lifetime to adjust and get these things to a point, that we desire them to be. Um, but this is specifically in this moment, addressing these past 6 months, where we are right on the mark of the third quarter loading tomorrow for 2025. And we have an opportunity to stop right here in the middle and see where we want to go and be intentional about it, through reflection. All right. So this third category, thank you, Brenda. Awesome questions. I agree. I agree, my friend. This final category is health, physical, mental, and emotional. All right, number 1, what healthy habits have I maintained consistently and which ones slipped? It's a good one. Number 2, have I been listening to my body and giving it what it needs? Rest, nutrition, movement. Number 3, how has my mental health been over the last 6 months? What triggered highs or lows? Number 4, what gave me energy and what drained me? Number 5, in what ways did I manage stress well and where did I struggle? Number 6, have I made time for self-care or activities that replenish me? And number 7, what's one health-related win I'm proud of? For me, number 2 stood out. Have I been listening to my body and giving it what it needs? Rest, nutrition, and movement. For me, last 2 weeks it's an easy no. I have been tired. I've been staying up super late. But last night, and you might giggle, but I got to bed before 3 o'clock a.m., which is an improvement. So this week I'm going to intentionally try and dial it back to 2 a.m., 1 a.m., which is a big deal for me. But I have been failing in with this question number 2, in the area of rest. But I'm going to get it together. And tonight I don't think I have much of a choice with how I'm feeling coming off of boxing. The second one, let's see, that stood out to me. Hmm. What's one, just simply what's one health related win I'm proud of? I would say getting out and getting in motion more. Just popping out in the midst of my days when I am working mostly from home and taking a quick walk. In some instances, it's been just to kind of clear my mind, clear my head, and just simply getting some sun and getting away from these screens. So that's been one I've been proud of, and just have made me feel good. Getting some steps in, and then getting back into a rhythm with boxing for sure is one that I'm proud of, and the progress that we are seeing, Stein and myself. So, ladies and gentlemen, just like that, I have come, I have seen, I have conquered. I have completed the goal of tonight, which once again is going through some thought provoking questions while we are right here sitting on June the 30th. And the third quarter of 2025 is loading. This year, again, is a work in progress. We have time to adjust, we have time to improve, to reassess, um, and always be reminded to hold ourselves accountable, hold yourself accountable as you're going through these questions, and also leave some room for some grace for yourself. Um, I have absolutely missed some marks, some targets and goals, and set intentions as I reflect. But I've also hit a lot of them. Um, a big thing that I have pinpointed and have learned and am accepting is that working hard isn't good enough. Um, and for some people, it might sound strange, but when I sit in my own corner and I reflect, working hard is great. It's great on as far as productivity, right? But it's for not in some realms if you're not hitting the protect the productivity that is needed, or that matters most in certain moments. So that is some adjustment, a lot of adjusting that I'll need to do in these coming 6 months, where it pertains to where my energy and my work is going and my focus. Some other things are just gonna have to take a back seat. I've definitely hit some targets. One that's been the most fun is opening myself up to new teammates, and it's really just making myself accessible. There's some gentlemen that have hit me in my DMs this year, and we got to it. They've been consistent, and they've actually been pouring into me. Shout out to Ramon, the video that I shared out to some of my loved ones this morning came from him, a producer that I've been working with here most recently. Um, so yeah, that's been a intention that has come about naturally. New merch, things of the sort. Um, and then here soon, some more music being released and shared. But here we have a space where I can share unreleased music here freely and safely with you guys. So that's really nice to have this space. Chevy shares. Let me get in these comments. I've been choosing turkey bacon, turkey bacon over pork. Shout out to you, Chevy. That's what I'm talking about with the discipline, sir. Dree said, caught the tail end, but love the questions. Excellent. Thank you, Dree, for popping in here. My homie, I had the opportunity to spend some time with my quad, my girls, Dree, Chapin, and Brenda, and I complete the quad myself. And Ethan, Chapin's son, Chapin and Dale's son. Let me be respectful. That was really beautiful. And while we were hanging out and spending some time, um, Chapin's phone reminded her that a year ago exact we were spending time. 5 years ago, excuse me, we were spending time on the same date, the four of us, before the kitties had arrived, before yeah, it's really cool. Before those moments had occurred or they were a work in progress. Thank you, Jeree, for the reshare, and absolutely thank you for that reminder, Jeree. Um, if these questions and this conversation has resonated with you, absolutely hit that share button and send it to someone that can benefit from these questions to help provoke them um, in a positive way to reassess how these last 6 months have gone and how they can adjust for the better for these coming 6 months. Availability is the best ability. I heard that. We got London Elixir in the building. Shout out to London. She was a part of a really dope day of mine this week as well. I was able to go get some behind the scenes footage of London in the studio cooking up with Sway, the remix god. Really, really dope session over at Stein's Skin and Bone Studio. And a lot of fun just kicking it with you guys, watching y'all work, and stepping away from my standard workday and getting into photographer mode. So that's been a lot of fun, capturing more BTS. Natalia shares, Heavy on hard work isn't always enough. Straight up, friend. Definitely got to give grace there. Sometimes we are at whims of others. That's a fact. That's for sure. That is for sure. I feel you on that. Um, Musician Taylor says, Jeree and Brenda in the building. Mattie, you silly. Which one is which? You play too much. Yes, London Elixir Sync Queen for sure. Dree gonna get at you. Musician Taylor's. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, let me pop these up on the screen. If you want to take a moment to screenshot these, I'll give you just a moment to do so. The work category is 7 questions per. But just a great way to have a conversation with yourself, a thought session with yourself, and again, potentially share it with someone in your circle that can benefit from these questions. To just sit still and be intentional about these coming 6 months. We have a relationships category, with 7 questions that you can take and screenshot here and sit and reflect on. And you can take and do them once a day. Maybe carve out a section in your journal to include these and write them out. In addition, the health section with 7 questions that you can screenshot and take some time to sit with on your own time this evening, sometime this week, soon here, as we are right at the top of third quarter and the rest of the year is loading, my friends. Before we depart tonight, we share it often, and I feel like um tonight was a good time to do it. And shout out once again to Musician Taylor's and 6 Hours Mobile Bar. Mattie Mondays is powered by these really dope companies, which are powered by some really dope people. So thank you guys so much for all that you do. Thank you everybody for being here and popping in on tonight's episode. But the questions that I would like to share, the agreements that we often talk about and we take time to share, is what I would like to leave the space with. Yes, and I love you guys, and I'm super grateful for this space. It definitely is commitment, but it is one that is so worthwhile. So let's get into these 4 agreements with which I know that our Mattie Mondays members, which is everyone in the building, are familiar with, but it's a nice reminder. So the 4 agreements. First up, be impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. Number 2, don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality. When you are immune to the opinions of and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. Failed on that one recently, but hey, it's a good reminder. But straight up, it is a great one to live by. It will definitely help us to stay light. Number 3, don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. With just this one agreement, you can completely transform your life. This one, I actually have executed well on, so I can pat myself on the back for that one. Number 4, always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. Straight up. So leaving you guys with that word. London Elixir says, hey, Musician Taylors. Jeree says, I'm popping in after my swim class. Awesome. That's a new healthy habit started last month. That's super dope. I thought that was really cool. Shout out to Jeree for the swim classes. About to have a little mermaid over that way. London says she loves this. I think she's referencing the episode in the questions. Musician Taylor says, salute to C Styles. Yes, and Forgive me for not having it loaded up and ready to go. But on July the 13th, Sunday Fun Day, we are going to be indoors. C Styles has been super responsible with paying attention to this weather, whether it's going to be super blazing or raining. We are prepared. C Styles Mobile Bar Pouches by the Pool is popping off July the 13th in Atlanta, Georgia, by the pool. Okay. With an option for indoors. So we will be indoor, outdoor. So we'll be vibing safely under a roof if that rain and that heat get to hitting. But bring your swimsuits. Come prepared to drink responsibly and get some good grub from C Styles, from Crystal. Y'all already know the vibes. Come purchase a drink. It comes with food. And we will have options for alcoholic beverages and mocktails, non-alcoholic beverages. So I'm excited for that. July the 13th, Sunday is popping off. So mark it on your calendar and prepare to come pull up and just kick it, let your hair down before you jumpstart the week and before that week's episode of Mattie Mondays. All right, you guys, I love y'all. Let me get in these comments. As we depart, as the record plays, make sure that you just leave some love, some comments, some encouragement, or however you feeling in the comment section as we depart for the evening. I love y'all. I appreciate you guys. We are going to get into the visual shot by the homie, my friend, Twin Dem, Darrell, Twin Smith. Thank you for this visual. And yeah, man, have an amazing week. I appreciate you guys. Commit to taking some time to sit through those questions, 7 questions in all of those categories. And even if you're not writing out the answers, just think through them, reflect, slow down the moment, and then set some intentions. And I do encourage you to write those intentions down, at least write the future intentions down and adjustments. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Have an amazing week. And I will talk to the majority of you guys soon anyway. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this community. I love you guys. Leave some love in the comments as the record plays. Let's go.
I'm sending this to remind you that you are not alone. Hoping that these words, they find you at the very perfect moment. I can't take the pain away, but I can wrap my love around you. I can't stop the rainy days, but I can stand here right beside you. I'm here right beside you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sending this to remind you, life is working in our favor. Pain, hurt, and tears sometimes blind you, but stay up, stay strong. You are not alone. This message is here to remind you, life is working in our favor. I'm sending this to console you, to give your tears a home. Don't let the anger control you. You will make it through. Those sunny days will come. You will endure the storm. You have much more to do. Can't let the darkness hide you. And I pray the light will guide you. Yeah. I'm sending this to remind you, life is working in our favor. Pain, hurt, and tears sometimes blind you, but stay up, stay strong. You are not alone. This message is here to remind you, life is working in our favor. You're never alone, you're never alone. You're never alone, you're never alone. Love is for eternity.